I'm going to go through the models for this week's lab using the software Populous. You want to choose multi-species dynamics and then Lotka Volterra competition. Change the settings to match those that are in your lab. So I'm going to start off with scenario A. So the graph we see right now is both populations, so for species 1 and for species 2, graphed over time until they reach a steady state, which basically means until they reach equilibrium. Now we're looking at population for species 1 on the x-axis and population for species 2 on the y-axis. And we have our zero growth isoclines for species 1 and species 2. Now I'm going to set up scenario B. Again, so here are both species 1 and 2 graphed against time until they reach a steady state. And then we have the population size for species 1 graphed against the population size for species 2, and we've got those zero growth isoclines. And the green line you see is basically the population size trajectory, so basically where it starts and then where it ends. All right, now I'm going to set up scenario C. So again, here is species 1 and species 2 population size graphed against time. And then the zero growth isoclines as well as the population size trajectory. And now I'm going to set up the last one, scenario D. So again, we have population size for species 1 and species 2 graphed against time. And then we will look at the population size trajectory mapped onto those zero growth isoclines. Now I'm going to show the simulations for the competition model. So this time we're going to continuous predator-prey models. And first we're just going to run it under the defaults. We're going to do run until a steady state, so again until we hit some type of equilibrium. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the predator's efficiency, which is this variable C. So I'm going to increase this to 0.15. And then just note the changes in the amplitude. And again, we're graphing the population size of the predator, which is P, and the prey, which is N, over time. Now I'm going to open two windows side by side. The first one I'm just going to keep as the defaults. And the second one I'm going to decrease the number of predators. So I'm just going to make this 1. So again, just note the difference between the default settings and our new settings. I'm going to open two of them again. I'm going to leave one of them as the default. So run until a steady state. And now I'm going to increase the predator starvation. And this is variable D. So I'm opening two windows again. I'm going to run the defaults, and then I'm going to now manipulate the prey's intrinsic rate of increase. So I'm basically going to mess with their growth rate, and so that's this variable R, and so I'm going to increase that. We can also switch to the zero growth isoclines as well and look at it that way.